Right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Wednesday warm, the record that could fall tomorrow, and just how cold it will be as we head towards Veterans Day weekend.
And tonight, election results on the ballot, pricier pot, more money for a major school district, and the city of Manchester expanding. But first tonight, this company truck becomes a crime scene after a man is shot and killed.
Not happy about it. Too much of that's going on these days.
It happened just outside of the River de Pere Park in broad daylight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. The victim was found in that truck near Wanda Avenue. Our Brent Solomon is live at police headquarters after learning a suspect is in custody. Brent.
Investigators here working to learn much more about the gunfire that claimed that man's life. Someone shot him in the back. It happened around 4 this afternoon, and right now, so many are wanting answers. Jerry Newbert is no stranger to these parks.
I come out and ride my bicycle every night.
Tuesday evening was a bit different.
Turned around.
When he got to the River de Pere Park, he noticed something.
No, there's caution tape up.
It came as a big shock.
Oh, it's usually peaceful.
It was just after 4 Tuesday afternoon. Police getting a call of a man shot in the back. They focused much of their attention on this red work van labeled Big Plumbing Company. Our cameras rolling as a tow truck arrived to haul it away. Shortly after the crime, I got in touch with the alderman who represents this area. He says not only is he concerned, he got a lot of calls from neighbors who are too.
But I have received several calls from residents that live in very close proximity to the incident, and they're very concerned, and rightfully so. This is alarming, particularly at the time of day it took place, and in a fairly active park.
He says he's in touch with investigators to get answers. For about 2 hours, authorities shut down River de Pere Boulevard as they combed the crime scene.
Violent crimes and/or homicides are very unusual for this area, for this neighborhood.
Not happy about it. Too much of that's going on these days.
As for his ride in the park,
Gotta make a detour.
and tonight we're working to learn much more about the connection between that work truck and the suspect and the victim. People who live in that area say they've seen that work truck before. We're live at St. Louis Police Headquarters. Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
Tonight, St. Louis County Police are investigating a suspicious death at the Columbia Bottoms Conservation Area. We're told a man's body was found in a grassy area along Columbia Bottom Road. Investigators say there's no signs of an obvious cause of death. Anyone with information, please call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS.
A live look at Enterprise Center. Is probably warmer outside than it was inside for Blues fans tonight, and we could hit record warmth tomorrow. Let's get straight over to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell with that Weather First forecast.
Well, one thing you didn't have to worry about is packing the winter coat to come down to see the Blues tonight in St. Louis. Temperatures still way above average, still in the 60s across most of the area, and still flirting with 70 degrees in parts of the metro right now, including at Lambert. We're under a clear or mostly clear sky. We have a temperature right now of 70 degrees. It's 10 o'clock in November, and it's still 70 degrees. The dew point 60. There may be some patches of fog early tomorrow morning. Otherwise, it's going to be a bright start. Our record high for tomorrow, 82. Our forecast high is 83 degrees. So it's going to be a warm day. Clouds will tend to increase some tomorrow afternoon. Near record warmth on Wednesday. The drought's going to continue because we don't have any widespread significant rain on the way anytime soon. But there is a small chance some of us may see a sprinkle or a shower tomorrow, and especially as we head towards Thursday afternoon. We'll pinpoint those areas and look for some cold air, see where it actually is right now, because we know it's nowhere near Missouri or Illinois.
The polls in Missouri closed 3 hours ago. Tonight, the results are coming in from today's municipal elections.
Annexation, taxing recreational pot, and school security all on the ballot today. And 5 on your side political editor Mark Maxwell has been monitoring the big races for us tonight. Mark?
Mike and Ann, the biggest campaign on local ballots tonight was in St. Louis County. It got the highest turnout, too. The question, would voters expand the Manchester city limits? Before we show you those results, both city voters and county voters had to say yes for it to pass. You might think of it like a marriage proposal where both parties had to say I do. But in this case, 4 and 5 city voters, well, they got down on one knee and proposed. They approved it. But the county voters, You might say they left them at the altar, roundly rejecting the marriage of those two territories. The county campaign persuaded voters in that smaller, unincorporated portion just to the eastern edge of the city. If you join the city, your taxes will go up. Voters there said no thanks. They passed on that. And fresh reaction from County Executive Sam Page tonight. He says this is a landslide vote of confidence for the St. Louis County Police Department. Unincorporated residents get great services and enjoy low taxes. Let's take a look across the region now. Looks like pot prices are going up in 3 communities. In St. Charles, voters there approved adding a 3% sales tax to bolster the local budgets. We should have those results for you on screen or online. There's a look at St. Charles, 74% of the vote. A similar result in Arnold as well, where voters there also approved adding that 3% local tax on top of a 6% state sales tax. The measure of support is right about in line with the general overall approval rating we saw for voters who legalized recreational pot in this region last November. You see those results there. While we're talking about pot, the Manchester annexation vote, that means the city cannot add a 3% tax at those 2 marijuana shops just outside its borders on top of the county tax in place now. The failed annexation push likely makes a legal challenge to that 2 layers of local tax irrelevant at this point, at least for those 2 locations. All right, one more election to check in on real quick. If we go over to the Rockwood school districts, voters there said, give me the iPads, give me the Chromebooks, upgrade the computer technology and security. We want to use the money there. We'll pay down debt later. The school board had asked voters to approve a tax shift, allowing them to divert $25 to $26 million away from debt service and toward these more tangible, immediate needs. Critics had cautioned moving that money from a long-term expense to a short-term one would prolong property tax pressure and make a tax cut less likely, but the school board said this move would not raise taxes now. That appeared to be all the cover voters needed to go ahead and free up that money to spend it now.
All of tonight's results are running at the bottom of your screen. They're also available at KSDK.com. Just text the word results to 314-425-5355 and we can send you a link.
Tonight, St. Louis residents got an opportunity to take their issues straight to city leaders. Mayor Tashara Jones hosted the first Cabinet in Community event at Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club. The mayor was joined by Police Chief Robert Tracy and other administration officials. Residents could also get information on jobs and support programs.
A trial date has been set for the man accused of killing a Herman police sergeant and injuring another officer. Court records show Kenneth Lee Simpson will go on trial in January of 2026 in Franklin County. The trial has been moved from Gasconade County. The 35-year-old faces several charges, including first-degree murder for the shooting at a gas station back in March. Detective Sergeant Mason Griffith was killed. Officer Adam Sullentrump suffered serious injuries. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. Just a couple of hours ago, dozens of war veterans arrived home in St. Louis.
Their trip to Washington, D.C. today marked a milestone for the Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Our Robert Townsend was at St. Louis Lambert International Airport, where there was a special welcome home ceremony.
60 hometown heroes touched down here at Lambert International Airport to an enthusiastic crowd and lots of fanfare.
It's amazing. I'm so impressed.
93-year-old Korean War veteran Carl Carley is just one of the many proud to be tapped as the Greater St. Louis Honor Flight's 3,000th veteran to fly to Washington, D.C.
It went perfect. They had everything timed right to the minute. Everything was smooth.
The veterans spent the day visiting war memorials, including Arlington National Cemetery and other popular tourist attractions. Hours later, the brave military men who proudly served their country returned to St. Louis to the open arms of their loved ones.
It's about time. The Vietnam people were not welcome home, and this is a late arriving welcome, and it's well deserved.
A special salute to service and sacrifice.
It's great. It's unbelievable. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It's just, it's overwhelming.
And a spectacular, well-deserved parade through the airport. Truly a historic trip and honor they'll treasure for a lifetime. Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
The next honor flight is scheduled for April 2nd, 2024. Veterans Day is Saturday, and the annual Veterans Day Parade will take place in downtown St. Louis. Look for the 5 on Your Side live bus. The route starts at 10:30 a.m. at 18th and Olive. It heads down 18th and turns east on Market. At 14th Street, the parade turns toward the Chestnut before ending on Tucker. And at 11:30, there will be a ceremony outside of Soldiers Memorial.